You need to hear this. It's a story that has been told for centuries, yet its lessons remain timeless, a tale of fear, defiance, and ultimately redemption. If you've ever felt like running away from responsibility, you're not alone. We've all been there, overwhelmed, scared, or simply unwilling to face what lies ahead. Jonah did too, but his story, it's one for the ages. A story that shows us what happens when we try to run from our purpose. Jonah was called by God to deliver a message, not just any message, but one of warning and hope to the people of Nineveh. Nineveh was a city drowning in evil, a place where corruption and wrongdoing were the norm. It was a city in desperate need of change. But Jonah, he wasn't having it. He was afraid, maybe even angry. Why should he be the one to deliver such a heavy message? Instead of heading to Nineveh, Jonah decided to flee. He boarded a ship heading in the opposite direction, hoping to escape his divine mission. But you can't outrun God. As the ship sailed, a fierce storm arose. The winds howled, the waves towered, and the ship was on the verge of breaking apart. The sailors were terrified. They prayed to their gods, desperate for the storm to end, but nothing worked. Jonah, realizing the storm was no coincidence, confessed. He told the sailors that he was the reason for their peril. He urged them to throw him overboard, promising that the sea would calm if they did. Reluctantly, they agreed. As Jonah hit the water, the storm ceased. The sea grew calm, and the sailors were in awe of the power of Jonah's God. But Jonah's journey was far from over. As he sank into the depths, a massive fish, a whale, appeared. The whale swallowed him whole. Inside its dark, suffocating belly, Jonah had no choice but to reflect. For 3 days and nights, Jonah prayed. He poured out his heart, repenting for his disobedience and pleading for another chance. And God, in his infinite mercy, listened. He gave Jonah the second chance he so desperately needed. The whale spat Jonah out onto dry land. This time Jonah didn't hesitate. He obeyed. He went to Nineveh and delivered God's warning. He told the people to turn from their wicked ways or face destruction. And to Jonah's amazement, they listened. The people of Nineveh repented, and God spared the city. This story isn't just about Jonah, it's about all of us. It's about the times we run from our responsibilities, our fears, and even our purpose. It's about second chances, about learning to trust God's plan even when it feels impossible or overwhelming. So if you're running from something today, maybe it's time to stop, to face it head on, knowing you're not alone. Listen, trust. And remember, sometimes the hardest journeys lead to the most incredible transformations. The storm isn't the end, it's the beginning of a story worth telling.